So in this next exercise, we're going to look at the concept of connection. We've learnt the importance of presence and the ability to consciously choose where we focus our attention, focus our mind. And really, presence is a state of being connected. It's a connection to the present moment. It's a connection between mind and body. And it's a connection, a conscious connection to whatever you're experiencing in any given moment. And the more we're able to be present and to observe our experience in this way, the more we're going to see the connection between everything. The connection between what we experience in the body is intimately connected to what we're experiencing in the mind and in our emotions. And in this way, we can start to see that what we experience is often a repeat pattern. We experience the same thing over and over again. And this might be what we're thinking, our thought patterns. It might be our emotional reactions. It might be what we're feeling in the body. And again, we can see how everything is intimately connected, but also how we can be in these repeat cycles. So by being connected in the present moment, we start to see the connection to all things, to everything. And this is not only powerful because it means we're developing awareness of our habits, our patterns, our reactions, or the motivation behind anything that we do. It also creates the potential for change, to consciously choose something new and to be intentional in thought and in what we do. So as we start to see the connection between everything, we can also start to see how certain patterns are limiting. And this is our own self-limiting behavior. And once we realize this, we can see that we always have choice. And in that choice is agency, or the ability to consciously create a new potential. For now, in this exercise, we're going to focus on developing our awareness of connection. So just take a moment to arrive fully in the present moment. We do this by becoming aware of our experience in the present moment. We're starting to observe. We're starting to intentionally focus the mind. You can close your eyes and bringing your awareness inward. There's that intentional connection between mind and body. You're coming into the body, you're starting to connect with your physical presence. You're just getting that awareness of wherever you are, wherever you're sitting, maybe you're lying down, and just allowing yourself to be supported. So you're starting to feel the weight of your body, a connection between the body wherever you're sitting or lying. Maybe you have your feet on the ground. And we're starting to observe with curiosity. When we observe with curiosity, it's as if we're observing something for the very first time. And we can take our experience for granted, just as we take our bodies for granted. So we're really starting to be very intentional, not only about where we focus our mind, our attention, but on observing simply what is, observing the body and that connection between mind and body as we choose to focus the mind on what we're feeling in the body, what we're experiencing in any given moment. I'm going to start by simply connecting with the breath and starting to observe the breath in the body. Again, you don't need to change your breathing in any way. Simply observing the breath as it flows, as it moves in the body, that inhale and exhale. So in your own time, simply observing the breath. And again, we're being curious, observing the breath, observing the connection between the breath and what's happening in the body, that movement in the body. And as we develop awareness, we can start to observe how our breathing changes depending on our mental state, our emotional state, and how all of this impacts our physical state. Now, as you held your awareness on your breath, on your breathing, you may have been aware of thoughts. And in this way, we can start to develop the awareness that thoughts are always there. They're like a background to any experience that we're having. We can also see that the thoughts are coming and going almost automatically, that they're there as a narrative without us actually having consciously chosen these thoughts. And the more awareness we develop, the more we can see the connection between the thoughts that are coming and going automatically and what we feel in the body and the emotions that we're experiencing. Again, this is powerful because it shows us the connection between our thoughts and our experience in any given moment. So it also shows us the potential that by changing our thoughts, we can change our experience. Everything is connected. So it's going to bring our awareness back to the breath, just observing the breath, the inhale and the exhale. And again, it's with curiosity and just allowing that awareness around our thoughts to settle. Okay. So in your own time, I'm just going to start to observe whatever you can sense in the body. And again, there's no right or wrong here. Again, what we're doing is developing our awareness. We're developing the ability to intentionally choose where we focus our awareness, the mind, and to simply observe what is. Again, with curiosity. So without the filter of the mind, any story, any judgment of what it is you're observing. Just letting the body guide you. There might be subtle sensations, might be discomfort, tension, and again, there's no right or wrong. So in your own time, simply observing what you can feel in the body. And as you're observing what you're feeling, what you're sensing in the body, you can also observe if there's any particular emotion that you're feeling. There's an emotional quality to whatever it is you're observing, what you're feeling in the body. And again, there's no right or wrong. We're simply developing an awareness of the connection between the thoughts, our breath, the body, what we're feeling in the body, and our emotions. And in this way, what we're doing is we're starting to access more and more information of our experience in any given moment. And importantly, how everything is connected. So again, in your own time, coming back to the breath and starting to observe, intentionally focusing the mind. Simply observing the inhale and the exhale. And again, as you do so, you're starting to become aware, perhaps, of thoughts, of feelings, physical sensations, of that connection between everything. So there's one more important observation we can make about connection, and that is when we intentionally choose to focus our attention and to observe whatever we're experiencing, what we're seeing, hearing, what we're thinking or feeling, we're making another critical connection. We are in fact connecting to who we are. That's the conscious part of us that's observing, the conscious part that has choice and agency and can create change by understanding the connection between everything. So as you leave this exercise and continue with your day, you may be aware of a natural reflex to observe what you're experiencing and how everything is connected.